Hello and welcome, investors. I am Naina, your financial coach and a certified financial planner by profession. Hi, everyone. Let's start with a simple truth. It's not how much you earn, it's how you manage what you earn. We have all seen people earning a lot yet struggling by the month's end, and others earning modestly but thriving. The secret: smart cash flow management. Today, we will learn how to take control of your money so it works for us, not the other way around. Let's talk about something that defines our financial health, our personal monthly cash flow. Cash flow is the lifeblood of our finances. It is the rhythm of money moving in and out of your life. Here's the golden rule: it's not how much you earn, it's how much you manage that decide your financial freedom. When you track your cash flow, you gain control. You stop wondering, where did my money go? And start saying, I know exactly where it's working for me. Cash flow has two components: inflows, the money flowing in, like salary, bonuses, side hustles, second income, etc. Outflows, the money flowing out, expenses, debt, saving, investments. Remember, positive cash flow is power, negative cash flow is a warning. When your inflows exceed your outflows, you are not just earning, you are growing. But if your outflows are higher, it is your cue to pause, plan, and pivot. Ultimately, managing your personal cash flow isn't about restriction, it's about freedom, awareness, and control. Master your cash flow, and you master your future. Cash flow is the foundation of your financial life. Imagine trying to build a house without a strong base, it collapses. The same goes for money management. When you know exactly how much comes in and goes out, you can spot money leaks, plan your savings better, build an emergency fund, and develop real financial discipline. Remember, cash flow is the fuel that powers your financial plan and financial goals. Now, let's look at the key components that make up your household cash flow. At the center, we have household cash flow, the balance between all the money coming in and going out each month. On the income side, there are four main inflows: salary, which forms the steady and most reliable part of your income; variable income, such as bonuses, incentives, commissions, that may fluctuate from month to month; passive income, earned from sources like interest, dividends, or rent, that works for you even when you're not working; and finally, freelancing or side hustles, which could include tutoring, consulting, or gig based projects that supplement your earnings. On the other end, we have outflows, or I could say where the money is going out. Fixed expenses like rent, EMIs, and insurance are predictable and must be planned for first. Variable expenses include groceries, transport, entertainment, and other day to day costs that need regular monitoring. A good rule of thumb is to keep your total expenses around 70% of your income, leaving the rest for savings, investments, and debt repayment. The key takeaway here: manage your inflows and outflows carefully and diversify your income sources to reduce dependency on a single stream. Now, let's see how we should make a cash flow statement. This kind of monthly cash flow statement can be easily prepared in Excel. Start by creating a simple table with columns for category, sales, spouse, and total. In the rows, list your income sources like salary, business income, or side hustle. Next, list all your expense categories: household, lifestyle, EMIs, insurance, and investment as presented in this table. This quick Excel setup gives you a clear picture of how much you earn, spend, and save every month, and it's easy to update whenever your finances change. So, start making this kind of cash flow for yourself. I'm going to explain every component in the upcoming slides. The first step in preparing your cash flow is to identify all your income sources. List down every source of monthly income for both yourself and your spouse. In this example, the self income is 3,50,000 per month from salary, and the spouse currently has no additional income, so the total monthly income comes to 3,50,000 only. Remember, it's important to include all types of inflows, not just salary. That means bonuses, rental income, dividends, or even freelance work should also be counted. The goal here is to get a complete picture of how much money is coming in each month before you start tracking your expenses. Once we have identified our incomes, the next step is to list all monthly expenses or outflows. Start by noting every area where money goes out each month. For example, here we have categorized expenses into sections like household incomes, household expenses for groceries, maintenance, electricity, and other essentials. Then comes lifestyle expenses for discretionary spending like dining out, travel, and hobbies. Then comes your EMIs, home, car, or personal loans, insurance premiums, life, health, and vehicle. Then comes your investment, SIPs, fixed deposits, PPF, etc. The total expenses here, as per the example, comes up to 1,60,000 per month. A good practice is to include both your needs and wants. This helps you clearly see where adjustments can be made if needed. Once you have listed your income and expenses, the next step is to calculate your cash flow, the difference between what you earn and what you spend. The formula is very simple. Cash flow equals to total income minus total expenses. In this example, the total income is 3,50,000 and total expenses are 1,60,000. So, which gives a surplus of 1,90,000 every month. A positive cash flow like these means you are earning more than you are spending, which is great as it allows room for saving and investment. If the number were negative, it would have indicated a deficit, meaning your expenses are higher than your income, and that's where spending adjustments become necessary. Here we are looking at three key financial indicators to understand overall financial health as per the cash flow. First, the income utilization, which is 46%. That means the person is spending less than half of what they are earning. This is a healthy sign because expenses are well below the 70% mark. Next, the saving ratio, which is 54%, showing that more than half of their income is being saved. This is excellent. It means there is a strong financial surplus and good money management. Finally, the debt ratio, which is 9%, that means only a small portion of income is used to pay off loans. That's very manageable and shows less financial stress. Overall, these numbers tell us that this person is in a very strong financial position as they can build an emergency fund quickly, invest more aggressively, and he can repay loan faster. In short, these indicators show robust financial health, allowing for smart financial planning and long term growth. Now that we have identified a positive cash flow of 1,90,000, the next step is to use this money wisely. The first priority should be to build an emergency fund. Ideally, this should cover 3 to 6 months of your expenses, roughly between 4.8 lakh and 9.6 lakh. This provides a financial cushion for unexpected situations in future. Next, focus on debt reduction. Prepay any high interest loans such as credit card balances to save money on interest payments. Once that's taken care of, start investing. You can add more to your SIPs, index funds, or retirement account. This helps grow wealth steadily over time. Finally, consider goal based planning. Allocate a portion of the surplus toward important life goals like education, buying a home, or planning a trip. In short, by balancing safety, debt management, and investment, this surplus can work efficiently to strengthen long term financial stability. Let's look at a real life example of how small changes can transform someone's financial life. It's a case regarding Raj cash flow turnaround. Meet Raj, a 35-year-old marketing professional. He earns 1,20,000 per month. Before financial planning and cash flow management, his monthly expenses were about 1,10,000, leaving him with just 10,000 in savings. That's only 8% of his income. The main issue, Raj often relied on credit card to cover shortfalls and he had no emergency savings to fall back on. So what changed? Raj began by tracking his cash flow every month to understand where his money was going. He found out that he was spending around 15,000 a month on things like online subscription, dining out, and impulse purchases. To fix this, Raj created a structured budget: 70% for essentials, 20% for savings, and 10% for leisure. He also set up automatic transfers to his SIPs and emergency fund. So saving became effortless and consistent. Fast forward 6 months, the results were amazing. His savings grew to 50,000 a month or 40% of his income. He built an emergency fund of rupees 3 lakh and he has no longer relied on credit cards. Instead, he started investing regularly. The outcome: Raj gained financial stability, peace of mind, and most importantly, confidence to plan for long term goals like buying a home or retirement planning. This case study shows that with awareness, discipline, and a solid plan, anyone can turn their cash flow around just like Raj did. Let's wrap this up with the golden rules that can truly change your cash flow management and financial life. First rule: spend less than you earn, always create a surplus. Second rule: pay yourself first, save before you spend. Third rule: track your money every month because what get measured grows. Fourth rule: build your safety net, 3 to 6 months of expenses for peace of mind. Fifth rule and the last rule: follow the 70-20-10 rule: 70 for the needs, 20% for savings, 10% for lifestyle. These are more than just money habits, they are freedom habits. Practice them with consistency, and you won't just survive financially, you will thrive. Because the goal isn't just to earn more, it's to own your financial future. Remember, small, smart steps taken today can build the life you have always dreamed of. So start now, stay consistent, and let your money work for you.